The story.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let's get it. Yeah, my stream got cut off, man, last night, but this Mello Bucks thing is something else, man. I think today for the 4th of July, we will show. Yo, happy 4th of July, King. I take these days serious, no lie. Happy 4th of July. And yo, that nigga, I don't know how to use Discord. I don't know when to talk on there. I'm a straight newbie on everything. I don't even know where to get started. But nevertheless, let's have a little fun with this just gladiator. This shit crazy. I didn't know it was this bad because now by me seeing this Mello Buck, so turns out her boyfriend got popped. Okay, her boyfriend got popped, and they were saying Cash Doll, Blasian Doll. Somebody is laughing that I don't know, man. It's just a lot going on, and man, where are the decent people? I don't know, man. I mean,
been through now,
but like you say, this is gang culture.
Before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon. The community be dropping the latest, so make sure you become a member. The score everyone was shot, and 4 of those 19 were unalive, and unfortunately, those 4 included friends of Mello Bucks and also her boyfriend.
Okay, so now we understand what happened. The woman's boyfriend got popped at her album release party. So we were saying last night, will she ride? Now, she had to ride just because they shot her shit up. So they did hit who they came to hit. This is crazy. The girl's boyfriend got hit. I seen reports that said that was a gay bar. I saw that too. The only reason I would believe it, was a gay bar, which doesn't matter. But I would believe it was a gay bar because it's tough to get a venue for hip hop nowadays. You understand? It's tough to get a venue for hip hop because of stuff like this. So it would be like some off type of location, that's not some known club. Wild shit, man. And then she's a woman.
Those 4 included friends of Mello Bucks and also her boyfriend. Now, it all started because they had an album release party for Mello Bucks, and when it was all said and done, everybody was leaving, and a car would pull up and begin firing multiple rounds into a crowd. Now, we don't know the motive as of yet.
You don't know the motive? What? Listen. Nowadays, you can't even take a cruise if you listen to rap. Yeah, I want we could cover that too, because it's that's why I said what gladiators are for the brothers. Crazy work, man. I heard about that cruise stuff. But like I said, I don't know, man. Rap got a bad name right now. But who's running the rap industry? Women. So, like when men was running the industry, we was fighting back. No, y'all can't take our rap away. But once women get a hold of it, brothers are like, go ahead, take it. Like it's bad.
Everybody's speculating and got their own theories on what happened or why it happened. But it is CCTV footage that shows the exact time everything took place. Now, I'm not going to lie, when you hear the shots, it sounds like something straight out of a movie. And clearly, the news is saying that they believe that it was 3 suspects in the car that pulled up and basically did a drive-by shooting into a crowd where multiple people were hit. We already did videos covering the whole incident. If y'all want to check it out, we'll leave links pinned in the comments. So you got blazing. We're also going to get into shooting somebody lose their life and they ops. They go on social media and troll. No matter how much times they get in trouble for it, they get caught, they still do it. But that's not what we're talking about. He actually had a point in what he was saying. As crazy as that sounds, I'm going to tell y'all why when we actually review the video. Now, as y'all know, Blazing Daw and Mello Bucks always had this feud or tension with each other on social media, where they would go as far as dissing each other, and Mello Bucks would even go as far as dissing Blazing Daw's mother. So in typical drill etiquette, it'll be a given that if something happened to Mello Bucks or anybody she loves, Blazing Daw was going to be right there to troll. And that's exactly.
So that's where we're at now. They took, they copied brothers all day. So they did what King Von and Tooka and all of them did. And they want to, this is, I don't know, man. But y'all gave me an eye opener last night. So that nigga, I want to go check out Cincinnati and I want to go check out Baton Rouge. Because this is crazy. Dolomite, what's going on out there? Dolomite, what's happening in your town?
Exactly what she did. She would take to her Facebook page and she would repost a post where somebody alleged that Mello Bucks got shot. Despite it being true, people around her got shot, but Mello Bucks didn't. However, Blazing Daw will repost it and caption it saying, quote, all that woofing like you bout that ish, better stop that ish. Got something to make you lay down.
There you go. So the women are doing the little King Von stuff and the little Dirk stuff. Boy. You niggas know better than me, man. Mello Buck's boyfriend got popped. And it's over.
There's DIY. And there's doing it yourself.
Oh, that's the same dude.
Mello Bucks album release party. Now, the crazy part about all this is that it all transpired within like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I want to do this Cincinnati. This Cincinnati is horrible, son. What they call it? What they call Cincinnati? What they call it?
This goes.
We're going to check out some Cincinnati ratchets. What they call Cincinnati? Cincinnati is crazy.
I'm in Cincinnati. Of course, everybody said, "Where they got a ski mask on?" I'm in Cincinnati. Of course, this is Jack's mom. I live in Cincinnati. Of course, it's like mom. Yeah. Shake it. Yeah. I live in Cincinnati. Of course, they fight everywhere they go. I live in Cincinnati. Of course, Northgate Mall closing down. Of course. Cincinnati. Of course, everybody's still out of hair stores. Hey.
Okay, so that's something. Hold on one second. Oh, nap. The nap. Okay. The nap. Got you. This is crazy.
If you're not following the Nat Ministry on Instagram, you need to go follow them immediately.
Whoa, there's some old Bible shit. Hold on. Believe it or not, Sin City or the Nasty Natty. Okay. Okay. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Damn.
Hey, good people, listen. Black women and their attitudes. Oh, yep, I said it and I said it out loud. I don't know if you saw me last night. I went live at 7 p.m. Central Time, all out of the blue, all because of something that God ushered me to do.
Hold on, man. Hold on, pimp. It's the 4th of July. Give me a break, man. I'm having a little fun. Damn, these bitches are crazy. My God, these bitches are crazy. They said, I'm from Cincinnati. She said, I'm from Cincinnati. Of course, we still out of the hair stores. That's crazy. Yeah, this bitch is crazy, man. Damn. Cincinnati is fucked up.
Hey, so you back? I'm a set.
They fucking still out there.
I remember that girl Zari Walls that drowned in Lake Michigan during Black Yacht Weekend. For those who may not know, she was a hairstylist as well. Tell me why somebody broke into her shop and stole her stuff. They stole wigs, hair tools, all the hair products. They literally was stealing everything out her shop. Like, she just passed away. Why are y'all stealing her stuff? And even if
My God, that nigga. Korean dudes need to put more foot. Yeah, it's real. Yo, these people are sick.
Excuse me, sorry. Where my wig at? I'm sorry, what? Is there a wig up there on the counter? A wig. Did you see her wig? There's other people up there. You don't have to come outside with this. Other people. I don't have no wig. I don't need no wig, clearly. Okay, but the wig is gone and the wig was just here. And we watched everybody else. Girl, you can go that thing. Let her check your bag.
Oh! Oh! Yo! Yeah. Yo, come on, guys. See, this Mello Bucks opened up a whole new category for me, because the only kind of real ruthless bitches I ever seen was you know, these battle rap bitches. They are something the fuck else.
This young lady walked into the store, put my hair in her handbag, and when I asked her, why are you stealing my stuff? I can see you. She told me, oh yeah, I know. It's my birthday. I need some hair. Ma'am, you did not pay for it. Yeah, it is my birthday. I need some hair. This young lady walking.
It opens up a whole nother dynamic. When you, from the Mello Bucks, we realize this hair thing is even worse. They're stealing the hair. They're not even buying the shit.
Let me see. Whoa, what the hell? Oh my God, the way. Oh man, brother got the butterscotch.
Yo, this bitch is crazy.
I know they have you, brother. You got the 3 inch.
Unbelievable. Yo, they don't even buy the fake hair that they wear.
Still, you already a different bitch to me, but to steal from the hair store? Mama.
Yo, these bitches are stealing the hair.
I gotta sit up here and do this video again because TikTok did some bullshit and deleted it. But in my previous video, when I was doing my lace with that bald head ass bald spot on it, I was in my cousin's first hair store, or like one of her hair stores, but she owns two. So I'm gonna give y'all a tour of the second hair store that I'm in today, and you're just gonna follow along because I'm not doing it.
Yo, this hair thing is crazy with these bitches, son. They're basically on. Oh, that. They're basically stealing hair.
This is me at Rama's Hair Beauty Braiding Shop in Harlem on St. Nichols.
All right, let's go back to Cincinnati and get back to. Yeah. It's my birthday. I need some hair. You.
Okay, I want to address this beauty supply situation because a lot of people not even seeing the big picture. So first of all, this black girl got caught stealing from a beauty supply, and you know these beauty supplies are the Chinese people, Asians own beauty supplies. It was a black worker there, and it was whoever was recording was black, and they both was women. So in the video, you can clearly see the girl is at the door trying to get out the door because it's locked. It's the black girl, she holding the door locked for the Asian woman, and the Asian woman in front of the girl who stole, like she's calling the police. She's she took the product from her, so they just basically holding her.
That's what I was saying. They getting arrested for some silly shit. Where's that girl with the red at? Where's that girl with the red hair?
You don't do people like that. This girl is crying. She was just in here. And instead of you holding up your phone, she said, you know, customers, we're sorry. We apologize. I don't even know her.
I mean, I can't disagree with what King Disagreeable just said. I mean, I've seen it growing up. Niggas used to put hands on these bitches. You hear me?
She's probably the sneakiest thief I've seen.
Made sure none of us was paying attention.
Just so she can steal our stuff. Her ugly eye, built like an upside-down pound cake, 11/7 head on. She done walked right on out with the whole basket. She's probably...
Damn. Bitches ain't shit, my nigga. Where's that girl with the red hair that said it's my birthday? All right, let's go back to Cincinnati. Damn, man. This oh man. Cincinnati is fucked up, son.
All right. Let me tell you about that in Cincinnati. So I've been living out in Cincinnati for all of 5 days, and let me give y'all my personal opinion on it. It's some shit out here. I hate it. Hate everything about it. Let's start with number one. So I'm going to get a car wash and I can't find no car wash. I'm like, nobody clean the inside of fucking cars around this bitch. So, because of course, yeah, they can clean the outside. Yeah, you can clean the inside by yourself. Who the fuck want to do that? Boom. Go to the car wash. They're like, no, go to Mike's. That's what y'all call it, right? Go to Mike's. Mike's don't have no goddamn. They don't clean your inside, right? So, you know, I need the whole quick bet. I need the whole situation. So, they like, no, you want a detail? I'm like, what the fuck is that? No, hell no, I don't want no detail. You know, detail is about to run you a couple dollars. No, they saying to clean the inside of your car, they call that a detail. So, boom. That's one. They don't have no regular car wash. It's just no $20, $25 bips around here. It's not happening. Two, they
Damn, these bitches, brothers, these are women. Don't y'all get it?
I'm gonna need y'all help. This is not drama. This is not negative, but I realized I am going to have to come to social media and ask for help. I had to put my pride aside, and I really need y'all help. I have a nonprofit that I'm trying to get a building for because this nonprofit, the Black Girls Workshop, but we do business as the Girls Workshop because this is for all girls, is so needed in my community that I feel so much pressure to get it up and running immediately. For 4 years, I've had the Black Girls Workshop, and we have done so much with it just being a small business that was funded by myself and my family. We have done and accomplished so much. For 4 years, we've been helping families with Christmas. We've been helping single moms with Christmas, diapers, formula, food, rent. We've also fed the homeless. We have.
Wow. Like I said, this Mello Bucks got us all the way out here, y'all. Mello Bucks got us all the way out here where they're doing girls' shops and helping other women. That shit is wild. And y'all niggas sit around. Oh, y'all couldn't see it? And y'all niggas sit around trying to still give these people stuff. Y'all niggas are crazy. Y'all crazy.
I don't know where you live, but nowhere has humidity like Cincinnati. And right here is exactly where you'll find this millennial Mimi. Say what you want, but it serves its purpose.
Cincinnati. My goodness, Cincinnati, boy.
Cincinnati, what's going on? Hey, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee. I see y'all. That's the type of time I'm on, baby. Exactly that right there. Hey, y'all, if y'all ain't seen the video where them Nazis went to Cincinnati, Ohio, and posted up on the bridge, and a few feet, you know what I'm saying? If they went over the bridge, like they was smack dead in the middle of the bridge, a few more feet, they would have been in the hood. Them motherfuckers know where the fuck to go. They know. They Google before they leave. They know where to go. Okay? Don't let these people fool y'all. But see, what they didn't count on is for them people in Cincinnati, Ohio, in Lincoln Heights, I think it was. Lincoln Heights, coming to meet them where they at, baby.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. See, this nigga, that nigga shitted on us, King Disagreeable and Dolomite. Let's go Lincoln Heights. Come on, man. What's happening in Lincoln Heights, that nigga? What's good? Lincoln Heights, huh? That's where all the drama is, huh? Oh, that's what's going on. Lincoln Heights. Gotcha. Got your ass.
Wait a minute, hold up. I believe us BLK people have started finally coming together. Now, because of certain situations and circumstances.
My God, now that's the Cincinnati I'm talking about. This is the real Cincinnati. Lincoln Heights bitches.
Damn, I don't even know how to start this story out. What I'm about to tell y'all, but it is regarding me. But what I'm about to tell you guys, it made me reflect on what is going on right now, and one thing I did not realize. Okay.
Wow. So they're all the same everywhere. Gladiator BWs. Unbelievable.
I don't want no smoke, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Y'all remember back years and years ago, white people would say, we just don't want them in our neighborhoods. We just don't want their kind. But lately, we can't seem to keep y'all out of our neighborhoods. Y'all are marching in the streets. Why? We are unprovoked, unbothered. You know, it's like a bear hibernating. We are chilling and minding our own business.
What the hell's happening in Cincinnati with this Lincoln Heights shit?
Lincoln Heights. Let's talk about it. So, I love what
Lincoln Heights yesterday. I was traveling, so I didn't know until I
What the hell?
Y'all don't mind me. I just woke up and I'm strolling on TikTok.
Right, just like every other gladiator.
An incident that happened in Lincoln Heights where the Ku Klux Klan decided to come there, and them people. Oh my God! I just gotta share this little story with you. So, when I was in 6th grade, I went to a private school, and I had to catch a bus to that school because there was no bus that would come out to my house to come, or my apartments to come pick me up and take me there to go to that particular school. And I used to have to go through downtown to be able to transfer buses from one bus to the next because it was literally on the other side of town. So one particular day, our bus got stopped, and there was the Ku Klux Klan was marching. When I tell y'all, I was so scared. I've never in my life felt that type of fear in my life. They was walking. They had on, some of them had on black shirts with like red writing on it. Some of them had like the big white hoods on. I had never seen nothing like that except for on movies. And I was so scared. I was so scared. So when I seen what happened here in Ohio, it just that little girl that was so scared, it saved her. And I just want to thank y'all so much for showing.
Now you know you can't buy into that. You know that. You still decided to grow up and not love the black man. I'll be damned. So black men are standing up in Cincinnati and still don't get no love.
So I'm just struggling. Why are we not talking about Cincinnati, Lincoln Heights? Why are we not talking about our good brothers and sisters going on that bridge where those neo-Nazis was waving their flags, and as they always do, just stand there on a bridge or whatever in a city or a town where they march through or whatever, jumping out their damn U-Hauls. And U-Haul, like, y'all just stop renting y'all stuff to people like that.
So they tried to run a purge. They tried to run a purge jumping out of U-Hauls. Black men in Cincinnati stood up.
Unless y'all on that side, but I digress. But why are we not talking about this? Why are we not making some noise? Because, like, as we know, remember the Alabama brawl. Even though this wasn't a brawl, but our brothers and sisters stood on business. They said, no, you're not coming in our town. I've been to Cincinnati once for work, but, like, this is awesome.
But you still grew up to be single against black men. So brothers in Cincinnati is standing up. All because of this Mello Bucks. I would never know this shit, man. This is crazy. So black people in Cincinnati standing on business.
You know what? I don't want to hear shit about resting no more. Because Lincoln Heights is doing the damn thing. That's what we're supposed to be doing, everyone.
Unbelievable. They're not down with the brothers. But Cincinnati stood up. Hey, that nigga, why you ain't tell us about this shit? Unbelievable.
A councilwoman in the village of Woodlawn. I grew up in Lincoln Heights.
Wow. Cincinnati stood on business out here.
Me being from Michigan and a sports fan, I cannot stand Ohio. Never could. But what them young black men are doing down there in Lincoln Heights, forming technically a black militia to protect their community, fucking beautiful. And I wish we get more of that. I think Detroit.
We fucked up. So Cincinnati is thorough. In particular, Lincoln Heights. Oh, all this. Damn, that's crazy. I had no idea. It's crazy, man, because it's funny. When you hear the Gladiator BWs talk, they always talk black, racist, and all this silly shit. It's weird. They actually want us to go stand up and get out there and fight and die. And they want to applaud us. And then talk about us in our afterlife to some nigga that's alive. Yeah, you ain't like Prince. He got out in the front line and got himself killed out here. I need a nigga like that. Yo, they got us fucked up. They got us fucked up. Like when I hear the Gladiator BWs that I don't know talk about, black, and I'm bitch single, ain't with nobody, don't love on no black man. Black what? You are the worst of black. Yeah, because of the hood. I mean, at least I've given Mello Bucks that. Her boyfriend got killed. She was loving on a man. I mean, at the very least. She's horrible. She's this, she's that, but she was loving on a man. Can't say that for these horrible bitches that's supposed to be better than her. They just getting fucked by a man. Crazy, man. And I'm telling you, that's what happened to the black community as far as like, okay, Mello Bucks and them bitches are outright crazy, right? And it's fucked up that those are the people that represent black love. Remy Ma, Mello Bucks, Cardi B. It's so Nicki Minaj. These people represent black love. It's so fucked up. Yo, these are twins, players.
With a pretty serious fibroid.
Yes, I was.
A while ago.
2017, actually.
Okay. And if you just want to real quickly tell us what a fibroid is, because I know before that, you and I had never heard of fibroids. And
yeah, a fibroid is basically a tumor or growth.
These are twins, players. Twins, players.
That's typically non-cancerous, that lives and grows in the female reproductive system specifically.
No. Not in the female reproductive system, in the pussy. Something lives and grows in the pussy. Let's go.
Non-cancerous, that lives and grows in the female reproductive system, specifically the uterus.
You found out you had a fibroid.
Let's go. Come on, man.
Right. And what even made you think to get checked out?
Prior to 2017, I had gone to urgent care. I want to say this was probably like a year or two before, because I had noticed a rather large bump at the lower part of my abdomen. It was probably the size of a fist that I kind of noticed sticking out of my abdomen, which is very alarming. So I went to urgent care, and the doctor basically told me that I was backed up and I needed to use the bathroom more, I needed to be more regular, and I needed to change my diet.
What I teach you niggas. Oh, you thought you wasn't getting no class. You thought you was just going to disrespect black women all day. You thought you was just going to sit around and watch bitches and not know who they are. No. You got to know. But what did I teach you? We're going to cover that this week coming up, man. I try to teach you niggas about constipation in the Gladiator BW. So let me throw this idea to you, King Disagreeable. Could you imagine not taking a dump for 3 days? Because that's what women do. 3 days. Oh, you think that's something? Could you imagine a woman not taking a dump for 6 days? Well, yourself not taking a dump for 6 days. And women suffer from constipation. What do you hear following the word constipation? Diet. So when you see these people, you already know the lifestyle that they live. Bad diet, not regular, growths inside of the reproductive system. I mean,
my abdomen, which is very alarming. So I went to urgent care, and the doctor basically told me that I was backed up and I needed to use the bathroom more, I needed to be more regular, and I needed to change my diet.
That's why you get all these commercials, Miralax. Who you think buying all this Miralax and the other green one? Who you think buying all that stuff? I remember my grandmother back in the days, she used to keep that Centrum Magnesia, keep a bottle of that up in the kitchen cabinet and stuff like that. I was like, what's that, Grandma? She said, in case you got to use that bath, you ain't using the bathroom, you got to use it. I said, damn, Grandma.
Sticking it out of my abdomen, which is very alarming. So I went to urgent care, and the doctor basically told me that I was.
Yeah, King Disagreeable. The reason why I know the rest of you guys are regular, but the reason why I single out King Disagreeable, because these damn Jamaicans, man, they make sure they use the bathroom. That's one thing you learn about Jamaicans. They just their basic diet. I don't care how rich or poor you are. They make sure they get to the bathroom. But I have had, Jamaican women that got Americanized, and they end up not dumping in like 2 days. Then they know how to make it happen with all of this Jamaican stuff. But Jamaicans are regular. They don't play that shit. Yeah, these sisters are crazy. Why grandma had this brown sweet stuff? I can't. Right. They always had something. Always.
Was backed up, and I needed to use the bathroom more. I needed to be more regular, and I needed to change my diet.
So you were essentially misdiagnosed at that point.
Yes, much to my detriment.
You were not misdiagnosed. It was that and that. See, it was that and that.
So you were essentially misdiagnosed at that point.
Yes, much to my detriment. So 2017 rolled around, and me and my husband had started to talk more about having children.
2007. Hold on. Let's get this back. Hold on. Let's go back.
If you just want to real quickly tell us what a fibroid is, because
or growth, that's typically not of 2017 actually.
This fibroid.
Yes, I was
a while ago.
2017 actually.
Okay, 2017. So she had a man, and they wanted to start trying to talk about having children.
Still had this bump that had not gone away. She should go get an MRI. We'll get that. So 2017 rolled around, and me and my husband had started to talk more about having children. But so I was like, okay, I need to go ahead and get checked out. Meanwhile, I still had this bump that had.
This is the problem. Every time I bring up constipation, people laugh at me. So I'm gonna do a show on constipation. Niggas think I be playing. People laugh at me. These people don't go to the bathroom. Okay? Imagine a woman talking crazy to you with 3 days of that's funny. That's funny. It's true though. It's something that you know, I don't know if you ever heard of it before, but I've dealt with many. Brother. Like, what? You didn't do what and what? I was like, and you know how we go. They jealous of how regular we are. We are regular.
Had not gone away with changing my diet and doing as that urgent care doctor said. It was still there, and it was lingering in the back of my mind as a concern, naturally.
Yeah.
So I went to go get checked out, and my PCP said, you have a fibroid.
Wow.
Yeah. And she said, typically they're not cancerous, but I want you to go get an MRI. We'll get some measurements, see how large it is. She said the catch-22 with you is that this fibroid seems so large. You will probably have to have it surgically removed, and that could leave scar tissue, which will make it challenging to get pregnant.
What I tell y'all, told y'all about that scar tissue. Told you.
Devastating.
Yeah, that's, I'm sure, very, very heartbreaking to hear.
Yeah.
At that point, you began to see if surgery really was your only option as far as treatment goes.
I did. I went to go see who's my OB right now, and he's great. And he confirmed after, examining me, after reading my MRI, yes, you have a fibroid. Yes, it needs to be surgically removed. Yes, you will have to have basically open surgery. It will be very much like a C-section. It was located on the backside of my uterus into the wall. And because of where it was located, the doctor said I most likely will have to have a C-section with every single pregnancy, or my uterus could rupture and I could die, bleed out.
What I tell y'all? What I tell y'all? Can't even pass through the box. Can't even pass through the box.
To have a C-section with every single pregnancy, or my uterus could rupture and I could die, laid out on the table. And so, yeah.
So when you hear women say, "Hey, you know, I could die giving birth," but we see they just say that to men, but we not supposed to know why. We just supposed to think it's some sort of, you know, natural. No, I could just die. No. It's a little more complicated than that. We know why you could die during pregnancy because of all of this stuff. You understand?
And because of where it was located, the doctor said I most likely will have to have a C-section with every single pregnancy, or my uterus could rupture and I could die, laid out on the table. And so, yeah, after finding that out, this was probably spring of 2017, I was like, oh my gosh, I really don't want this surgery. What can I do? So I researched, my family researched, you know, they were great. They joined me. And we found that a homeopathic route had been shown to shrink some fibroids.
Yeah.
So I changed my diet. I found that ginger, turmeric, vitamin C, a lot of even milk thistle, dandelion, like a lot of herbs were tied to number one, fighting like mucus and all those things that.
You heard? That's what they supposed to be doing for themselves. Taking, you know, turmeric, ginger. You know these gladiators want some goddamn lemon heads and now laters. Let's go.
Herbs were tied to number one, fighting like mucus and all those things that cause cancer. And they're also really good at fighting tumors and then also helping to balance hormones. And so that's what happens. That's what causes a fibroid, is that when your hormones are not balanced.
So when we bring this story back to Mello Bucks, and this woman told you, look, for the black woman's box, I need to have a great diet. I need ginger, turmeric, ginseng, all the fly shit to make sure that, you know, I'm flushing and doing everything right. When you look at Mello Bucks and all of those women, you know them women ain't eating like that. So you know they pussy is fucked up. You understand? You know, not all, because some people are just genetically lucky.
And you overproduce estrogen, it feeds your fibroid. And so I was very, very motivated to balance my hormones, stop it from getting any bigger, because at the time I found out it was 11 centimeters, which is really, really large.
Yeah, that's a nice size there.
Yeah, size of a small, not of a baseball, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, and so that's what I was doing. So my sister was doing, like, we were all like, okay, let's juice, let's cut out dairy, let's cut out meat, like, let's
juice, let's cut out dairy. Do you think Mello Bucks and them are doing that for their diets? No. So you know what it is. Understand this, guys.
Everything that we can together to help support Beth, and maybe it'll shrink.
Yeah, maybe we can shrink it. Mm-hmm. But the fibroid did not get smaller.
No. By August, when I had my surgery in 2017, it got bigger. It got all the way to 15 centimeters and then some. And the doctor basically told me it was the size of a 5-month pregnancy. And that he was able to remove it, thank God, without damaging my fallopian tube or my ovary, which was sitting right on top. But he didn't have to remove it, either of those two things. So I was really grateful for that. And he was very optimistic of me being able to get pregnant very easily. You know, with a little bit of time and continuing, and healing, but it still affected my.
So, at that point, does her husband have a good deal or a raw deal? Look at who he thought he was getting. He thought he was getting something right. He thought he was getting something right, just like the rest of the brothers.
Fertility, which is something totally separate that we'll get into in another video.
Okay, so at that point, you did have to have the fibroid removed, and you were faced with, if you hadn't had it removed, with, in the event that you did, you would just have that much more scar tissue.
Exactly.
If you had continued to wait and hope that it was shrinking, we were seeing that it truly was not shrinking.
Right.
And you ran out of time.
I figured, well, I've got up until my surgery to see if this thing shrinks. And I think I had another ultrasound, some more tests, and it was not showing signs of getting smaller. So,
yeah, that was a big deal, that surgery. I remember her being quite the trooper. This was no small thing that she had to overcome to get back on her feet. And so
yeah, I couldn't have done it without my family and my sisters. Oh, no way.
We wouldn't have it any other way.
And that's all for what? Not for her health. It ain't for her health, King. It's because she got this man that thought she was wholesome and pure. And they're all trying to help her cash in on it, and they're all praying over her pussy. They don't want to accept their hormones can't be balanced without a man around telling them how to move. It's just the truth. It really, really is. I mean, especially the way we grew up, we saw the men making sure bitches was doing what they got to do. Cook this food. Now I want sweet peas. I want beans. You know, they was making sure they cook real food. Yeah, pick these peas. Bitches, my stepmother was picking peas, my nigga. All women, not one knew how to properly service the box. Yeah. Everybody wants to be genetically lucky, King. And, you know, they don't understand it.
What are some symptoms that you felt? Well, fibroids can affect your periods, and I had probably the roughest periods. I mean, I would feel so drained. And
see that? Yeah, you can hear her saying that, but remember, she's married. This is a married woman. Is that some fuckable pussy? No.
Felt. Well, fibroids can affect your periods, and I had probably the roughest periods. I mean, I would feel so drained and faint, and they would be extremely heavy and lots of clotting. And I always thought that was just normal. Like, that's just a part of having a period. I would talk to my friends, and they'd be like, "Oh, you know, mine isn't quite like that." And I would be like, "Well, why is mine so tough?" You know, yeah. And it's like,
pay attention, guys. What I teach you, the Pussycat Facts Report. When other people, what happened? I got a message from StreamYard. Anyway, the Pussycat Facts Report, when other women realize that their pussy is worse than the other woman's pussy. See, the Pussycat Facts Report, when other women realize that their pussy is worse, they get very upset.
I thought that was just normal. Like, that's just a part of having a period. I would talk to my friends, and they'd be like, "Oh, you know, mine isn't quite like that." And I would be like, "Well, why is mine so tough?" You know, yeah. And it's like, I guess this is just the hand I've been dealt. And so, but no, it would come to a point where I'd be in the shower, and I would feel like I'm gonna legitimate pass out here if I don't get out of the shower. So I would just crawl to my bed and try to catch my breath. I mean, my whole body would be shaking. I'd be sweating profusely, like I was panicking. But that's how sick I would get from this fibroid. And it just feeds off of your estrogen. I mean, it's truly like a parasite. And it caused so many problems for me. I mean, it made me constipated. Of course, it was sitting on, you know, all my colon. It was just blocking everything, literally. So it made that hard. At what point did you start feeling those symptoms? Was it after you were diagnosed with it?
No, that is not the damn question. Class, what is the question? Pay attention.
You start feeling those symptoms, blocking everything, literally.
Listen.
So it made that hard. At what point did you start feeling those symptoms?
Class, at what point did she start feeling those symptoms? Class, at what point did she start feeling those symptoms? This is a great question for y'all. Great question. We cover this over and over and over. That's the only hint I'm giving you. The only hint is we cover this over and over and over. Listen to the question.
Everything, literally. So it made that hard. At what point did you start feeling those symptoms?
At what point? Pimp, at what point? Class, please. If you can't see a liar in your face, and if class hasn't taught you enough on the 4th of July, at what point did she start feeling like this? We cover this all the time. We cover this all the time. King Disagreeable, I don't know how to move through Discord. What do I got to do to start learning or interacting? What do I have to do? I'm on the shit all day and night, but I still don't know what I'm doing here. You know? Niggas leaving me out in the cold, baby. At what point did she realize her symptoms?
Everything, literally. So it made that hard. At what point did you start feeling those symptoms?
That's a great question. That is the question that will make the woman lie. That is a great, great question.
Everything, literally. So it made that hard. At what point did you start feeling those symptoms?
That is the number one question. That's the number one question, as a matter of fact. That's the number one question. Sweetheart, you look just like me. I am you. At what point did you start? At what point did you start feeling like this? This dude here, B. I'm not gonna curse you out, man. Because I know that I'm the one that's in the learning curve. You know how niggas get jumpy. But I'm the one at the bottom, so I gotta follow. So love is love. So I'll answer the question for you guys. Let's do it one more time.
Everything, literally. So it made that hard. At what point did you start feeling those symptoms?
At what point did she start feeling them symptoms? After she got married. Okay? After she got married is when she started feeling this. Now listen to her lie.
Everything, literally. So it made that hard. At what point did you start feeling those symptoms? Was it after you were diagnosed with it? Oh gosh, I can say for sure in my 20s. And did the symptoms get worse after you were diagnosed as it began to get bigger? It certainly did. It got progressively worse, and it made me just absolutely dread my period coming on. Boy, it's been quite a journey. It has, truly. I know for me, after she had her surgery, because we are twins and we're identical, I thought it's probably a good idea for me to get checked out too. And I was diagnosed with a fibroid.
There you go, King Disagreeable. There you go.
I thought it's probably good for surgery because we are twins and we're identical. I thought it's probably a good idea for me to get checked out too. And I was diagnosed with a fibroid, and it was pretty small. It was about 4 centimeters. So the doctor said that if I wanted to have it removed right then and there, it could be laparoscopically removed, not invasive at all. But that I could also keep monitoring it and just getting ultrasounds, once a year or twice a year. And so that's what I've been doing. And in the meantime, I've really, along with Beth, have been just researching other alternatives to having it removed. If I need to, that's what I'll do. But I also just wanted to see if maybe I could just eat healthier.
There you go, King Disagreeable. I just want to see if I can eat healthier. You're never going to find a different story. See, King Disagreeable, the man eats healthy, so he understands this story. You niggas still out there eating pork chops and shit. This man understands the diet. And, this shit is ridiculous. I'm not saying you're not in good shape because you do eat pork chops. I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just talking about from a woman's standpoint, the diet is ridiculous. Yeah, that nigga, the fleece, she fleeced that man. She fleeced that man like never before.
Once a year or twice a year. And so that's what I've been doing. And in the meantime, I've really, along with Beth, have been just researching other alternatives to having it removed. If I need to, that's what I'll do. But I also just wanted to see if maybe I could just eat healthier, if there were any alternative methods to shrinking it. And I don't know if I've experienced tough periods as a result of the fibroid, because I don't honestly know when it started to grow, truly. Just another reason why it's so important to just catch it as early as you can. Therefore, you need to be aware of it and to,
aware of that you've been eating like shit, and that's what contributed to it. Your whole life. Your whole life. Yeah, I don't knock pork chops, not at all. Black women named Beth. They are IVF babies. Oh, God. Here we go. Never know. You never know. Yeah, pork chops, yes. I agree. I'm not knocking anyone's diet. Man. I'm really not. Except the women. I'm knocking their diet. You understand? Like, they are the ones that is bringing this sort of shit to us, invading our organ, the skin. You know, we are little boys that grow up to men. We ain't born with no diseases. Shit come from these bitches.
Educate yourself, especially with us millennials wanting to build that amazing career and deciding, okay, we're gonna have kids later.
Here we go. Let's go. Everything that we teach. I didn't watch this video. I had this video set up for days. We've been covering other stuff. But this is everything that we teach, man. She put her life on hold because she looks good. She was able to make her way in the career because she's black, almost white. Let's go.
You can, therefore you need to be aware of it and to, educate yourself, especially with us millennials wanting to build that amazing career and deciding, okay, we're gonna have kids later. It's really good to know what you have in front of you, especially fibroids. We're gonna have kids later. Us millennials wanting to build that amazing career and deciding, okay, we're gonna have kids later. It's really good to know what you have in front of you, especially fibroids, because if you're waiting till later and you have fibroids growing inside of you and you have no idea and you want to have kids, it can make it that much harder to have.
So, right. So how do you have no idea? Just living your life. Doing what? Straying away from men, which will do what? Have you checking up on your ass. So you just live independent and free. I mean, this is like clockwork, guys. We all know the story. I just did this because I want to get rid of this video. Yo, y'all niggas out here getting it, son. I'm in the Discord with you guys. I will be a part of this. You hear me? Oh, my nigga HD Live. I'm going to say it, King Disagreeable. Is HD Live invited with us over at the thing, at the Discord?
Kids later in life, plus the added challenge of dealing with fibroids that can directly impact your fertility. Forgot to mention that the last time I had my ultrasound, fortunately, it looks like it's beginning to shrink, or at least stop growing. It looks like
See, you see that? Now they edited that video so that she could come back and say, look, my box is better than sis box. Look at sis. Sis don't like this. Let's go.
Unfortunately, it looks like it's beginning to shrink, or at least stop growing. It looks like it's beginning to deteriorate. So, yeah.
Hater. You want to see a hater? This is an identical twin hater.
It looks like it's beginning to shrink, or at least stop growing. It looks like it's beginning to deteriorate. So, yeah.
Oh shit! I've seen identical twins hate before. I told y'all before. One of my gladiators is an identical.
It looks like it's beginning to shrink, or at least stop growing. It looks like it's beginning to deteriorate. So, yeah, that is great news. I was able to learn from your experience and just to get checked out immediately. And I just think like, well, what if we had known to check out get checked out even sooner? I think about that all the time. This is why we really wanted to share our story and just help at least one other woman become more aware and just.
When do women want to tell other women? When do women want to help other women, guys? This shit is like clockwork, man.
Courage to take, your feminine health serious. We are going to.
Now, the reason why I played this portion of the video is to have a little laugh, but as well as to um show y'all if these women believe that they need to change their diets and everything, and then I'll show y'all Mellow Bucks, Cincinnati, Baton Rouge, and all of these places with these women, and I ask you a question, hey, do you think they're going to change their diet? Hey, HD Live, listen, HD Live, if you want to get with us, we got these guys, you know, I don't even know how to say it because I don't give a fuck. These guys are teaching us how to get this money. Everybody knows I'm the poorest nigga on the internet. And everybody knows if I had money, we would be on the island somewhere. So these guys are going to teach me and teach us how to get money. So HD Live, you a nigga. HD Live, you a nigga I could drive to, son. So you need to watch yourself, son. I could drive to you right now. So watch it, player. And join us in the Discord. You hear me? I'll drive down to Harlem and we'll burn one up. Don't play with me, son. Don't play with me, B. Know who the hell you think you dealing with, B? I'm right up the road, B. Yo, this nigga threatening me. The nigga threatening me, Morgan Freeman. He said, yo, pull up. Come down to Harlem, son. I'll take you in the back alley, son. Pause. Morgan Freeman can testify that twins hate on each other more than Bloods and Crips. I agree. I have one. My ex was a twin and acted like a fool around, acted fake as fuck around her sister, and they just sneaked this. Yo, bro, I'm telling you to this day, all this Gladiator does is burn my line up talking about, you know, the other one. What do? Keep my mouth shut. I've never made a comment on that woman ever. Ever. Anytime that, oh, so-and-so calling me because they need money down there, I don't say a word. I don't say a word. I listen. I mean, I seen this twin shit, man. My God. Yo, the Gladiator had to go down there and live with the twin one time when they was changing jobs, right? And got down there and the twin and the babies all turned on the bitch. That shit was funny as hell. Oh, Gladiator coming in. Hello? All right.